Hey everyone, Kelly Dean Allen here again. Today, going to show you guys how to play the classic track Slow Ride by Foghat. Now, not the 9-minute long version with the 4 minutes of funky bass and drums in the middle, the slide guitar and the vamping and a cappella singing, so on and so forth, but closer to the radio edit version of this track that most of us know and love. Intro, main riff, verse, chorus, bridge, and the first short solo. See if I can jam it all into 7 or 8 minutes or so, yeah? So with that said, let's get started, shall we? We are in standard tuning for this tutorial, and we're using a lot of A power chords in this one. And that's the intro. So we're going to hit this A power chord here 6 times in 3 groups of 2. And then we're going to do this. Just A power chord, drop onto the 3rd fret of the A, back off to open, and then back onto that 3rd fret with a little waggle, right? Right? Then you're going to repeat the A power chord 6 times. And then the 2nd time, you're going to drop onto that 3rd fret of the low E and give it a nice slow half-step bend or so. And then you drop right back into the A power chords again and repeat the first part of this riff twice in a row. And then we drop into the main riff. This is kind of the intro, right? So that's the intro. And then we drop into the main riff. Right, there's multiple guitars going on here. There's slide guitar and whatnot. You can kind of mimic the slide, right? Because we're jumping into these power chords from this A. We're now going to be hitting this A power chord in 3 groups of 3. Kind of like that, right? And then we're going to slide into a D power chord to kind of mimic the slide guitar. I don't think the main guitar is sliding into that. I think he's just going right into it. Kind of like that, right? But to mimic the slide, you can slide into that D, and then we're going to drop it off to a C power chord and slide out of it. Kind of like that, right? And it kind of mimics the slide. Four times. Right, this is the chorus. This song actually starts with the chorus. And then we drop, after you repeat that 4 times, we drop into the first verse, which is just another A power chord. And then we're going to drop into this F sharp minor, but not a full F sharp minor. We're just on the A, D, and G string, so 4, 4, and 2, right? You're kind of just vamping on that A power chord. And then you drop into that F sharp minor, right? 4 times. And then we drop into this A minor 7 and just kind of strum the chord, 4 middle strings, open A, 2nd fret of the D, open G, and the 1st fret of the B, right? And then we're going to move into this D over A. So we're barring the 2nd fret with our index, and we're dropping onto the 4th fret of the D, the 2nd fret on the G with the bar, and the 3rd fret of the B with the open A, right? A minor 7, D over A, and then back into more A power chords. And then you repeat that. D over A, and then we drop into the chorus, which is the main riff. 4 times. to stay in A and drop into that D over A. Right, and you do that twice. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, and then just off to A. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, and then you repeat that. Da-da, D, A to D, and then we're into this little lick. So we're sliding into the 7 of the D off to 5, 7 off to 5 of the A, back to the 7, back to the 3, and then off to an A power chord. Right? And then we're into the short little slide solo. We're not going to use a slide here. I'm going to show you all the notes though. You can kind of mimic it without a slide. Right there, right? So 14 of the G, slide it back to 12 and back to 14, right? And then back it up to 9, slide it back to 8, move it back into 9, back to 6, and do the same thing, 6 to 5, back to 6. And then down to the 5 of the B, roll it up to the 5 of the G, and finish on the 7 of the D. Give that 5 of the G a little downwards tug, right? Right, and then finish on the 7 of the D. And then repeat. Right, and then we're into this. So 7 of the D, 6, 7, 8 of the G, down to the 5 of the B, down to the 5 of the high E, string skip up to the 7 of the G, kind of into a pre-bend, release it off to 5, and then on to 7 of the D. Right, and repeat. And then finish the solo with this. So sliding into 14 of the G, pull off 15 off to 13, and then you drop onto that 15 again, give it a full step bend, release off to 13, and then finish on the 14 of the G, and that's the end of that solo. Right? And then we just drop right back into another verse. 4 times. We've already learned this, right? Back into that A minor 7, into the D over A, and then into another chorus. And then they repeat the chorus, and then the final time they repeat the chorus, it's all just over A. They're not doing this D into C, right? It's just all over A. Right until the end of the track. And that is how you play that one. And certainly hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. And if you did, please hit that like button right down there. Maybe drop me a subscribe if you haven't done that already, as that would be very kind and helpful to the growth of my little channel. Hope you're well out there, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.